Have you ever asked yourself what is happening when we make the same mistakes we've always done before? We repeat the same errors, even though we know better. I'm Jake Joy with Jake Joy Therapy. This is a series I'm putting out called Follow the Heart. What makes it so difficult to just follow our own spirit and our own intuition? Well, there's a lot of things going on, and I can tell you, following your heart can often feel like, wait, where is it? Like this. Okay? It's not really a straight and narrow path for everybody. A lot of people have difficulty doing it. Doesn't matter how educated and practiced you are, there's going to be times when you repeat old mistakes. What is going on when that happens? Well, let me try and describe it. First of all, you're in a vulnerable situation, one you've put yourself in or one you've landed in. And there's lots of examples. Could be something just as simple as public speaking, for example. Okay, so you're in a vulnerable situation, and what happens is your emotions start to rise, your discomfort, your nerves, you can feel that in your physical body. And it gets elevated and elevated if we don't know any kind of like coping strategies to de-escalate those emotions. And what happens is it starts to trigger that inner critic. All right, your inner critic, that body, that evil body in your head that knows you the best and knows all of your push points, all of your vulnerable spots, all the mistakes you've ever made. That's right. It starts to lay them down on you because it wants to recover a sense of calm with your inner child, because that inner child is the one that feels that vulnerability. And it starts to push and push and push on your pain points. And you know, those ruminating thoughts, the anxiety thoughts, the ones that are deep, dark, down, secret, that you never want anyone to see, well, they rise, the voice gets louder and louder. And to the point where you are feeling like you're being slammed into a semi-truck over and over again, possibly, depending on the vulnerable situation. And you want to do anything you can to alleviate this pain. So who comes in to rescue the day? The beefy, handsome firefighters. That's right. We all have the firefighters. So they're like, okay, guys, let's get this under control. We all know the strategies, don't we? Let's get everything in place so that we can reduce the discomfort in this room. Everybody clear out. Now they sound very authoritarian. And what do they know? Well, they're not very smart. They only know the old ways. All right? These firefighters have been trained. This is a team, the inner child, your inner critic, and the firefighters. They're a fortified team, and they know exactly how to put the old activities into place, which they call rescue, but we know causes more problems down the road, more discomfort. And that's what we're trying to break here. We're trying to connect more to our intuitive, our smarter selves, the one that makes rational, happy decisions that move our life in the direction that we want to go. And damn, it's so hard sometimes. It's so difficult. I make errors in that spot, and I go, I can't believe I thought I was in such trouble. It really makes you believe that you're in so much pain and discomfort that you might die. It's unbelievable how strong that is, that trigger in us. So what can we do? Well, we have to really tap into that space that makes us vulnerable and, our triggers, understanding them and what happens when we feel that sense of vulnerability. And is there something we can do to soothe our inner child at that time? So I brought up a very benign example like public speaking, because we all know there's way more vulnerable situations than that. But let's say you have to deliver a speech, and your inner child is going, no, wait, man, I ain't going up there. You know how we get laughed at? And I feel like nothing. I feel like dirt. I feel like crap. And so you have to find some negotiating strategies with that inner child to let you go up there so the vulnerability is reduced. All right. And you have to soothe, you have to negotiate, you have to compromise. And then through that, you can reduce that elevated pain. All right. It takes some reasoning, it takes some thought, it takes some objectivity. And when that inner critic is yelling at you, you have to find a way to separate yourself from that. So even just the awareness of what's going on in this process can start to strengthen your ability to choose differently. And that awareness is what we're fighting for. Have a great day. Thank you so much for sharing these videos with me. I hope to see you again. Follow the Heart series, jakejoy.ca. See you next time.